शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। Hari Om, a very blissful morning to all of you. Welcome to this beautiful, gorgeous, auspicious, holiest of the holy temples which is within our own selves. My loving pranams at the divine lotus feet of my Guru, Papa Swami Ramdas of Anandashram, Kanjangad, Kerala, and my beloved parents. We will offer our salutations to Adi Shankaracharya and chant the Shanti Mantra of Taittiriya Upanishad and start today's session. Shruti Smruti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Loka Shankaram. Om Sagana Bhavatu Saganau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. As we all know, Shankaracharya has composed this Prakarana Grantha. The name is Tattvabodha. Prakarana Grantha is the one which explains some of the terms or terminologies which are used in the Upanishads. When you come across these terms in Upanishads, explanation will not be given there. It is understood that the students have knowledge about those terms. So to make us understand these terms before we learn Upanishads, Adi Shankaracharya has beautifully composed this Tattvabodha. We must remember that this is meant for the seeker of liberation. This gives us knowledge. It is not meant for people who want to have name, fame, prosperity, etc. It is not meant for such people. It is only meant for people who are the seekers of liberation. So, initially, sadhana chatushtaya sampanna adhikarinam moksha sadhana bhutam tattva viveka prakaram vakshyamaha. The Guru says, remember that this is a dialogue between a Guru and Shishya. So the Guru says, Adhikari, who is a candidate to study this Tattvabodha, it is a person who has got this sadhana chatushtaya sampanna. He must be having this certificate of, yes, sadhana chatushtaya sampanna. Then moksha sadhana bhutam. It is for moksha, for liberation. I am going to explain this, he says. Then there is a student over there like us. He asks, Guruji, what is this sadhana chatushtaya? What do you mean by this? So the Guru says, Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekaha. There are four, sadhana chatushtaya. There are four different things. The first one is Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekaha. Viveka. Then Ihamutrartha Phala Bhoga Viragaha. Iha is here in this world. And Amutra. Amutra is other world. Not only this world, it is the rest. There are supposed to be 14 lokas according to our scriptures. One is Bhuloka and the rest 13. In all these other lokas, we should not have any interest going to Swarga. I should reach Swarga. I should enjoy all those over there. That kind of interest is not there. we must understand that this is not forcibly done. It is not out of hatred for this world, but it is by understanding what is nitya, what is anitya. That means by viveka. Only by discrimination. We all have this kind of intelligence for discrimination. We must use that faculty of our intellect in the field of spirituality. So by understanding what is nitya, what is anitya, we gain that discrimination capacity or viveka. Through viveka, lose interest for all the other bhogas of this world as well as all the other worlds. So he calls this as viraga, shamadi shatka sampatti. Then shama adi, shama etc. 6 altogether, 6 are there. He calls this as inner wealth. You must possess this. Then mumukshutvam. Last one, fourth one is mumukshutva. That is interest for liberation. Then the student asks, nitya nitya vastu vivekaha kaha. What is viveka of nitya and anitya vastu? So the Guru says, nitya vastu ekam brahma tadvyatiriktam sarvam anityam. There is only one which is nitya, eternal, shashvata. We call this as Brahma. Guru says, nitya vastu eka, only one, ekam, Brahma. Apart from this, everything else is sarvam anityam. Ayameva nitya nitya vastu vivekaha. That is about viveka, discrimination. Next, what is viraga? Iha swarga bhogeshu ichcha rahityam. Iha and swarga. In this world, and the swarga does not mean only that heaven. It means all the other rest of the 13 worlds are there. In this, there is no ichcha of any of these bhoga. No interest in experiencing any of these bhogas. He calls this as viragaha, dispassion. Next is shamadhi sadhana sampatti ka. What are the 6 internal wealth? Shama, dama, uparati, titiksha, shraddha, samadhanam cha iti. He gives a list of 6 such wealth. They are shama, dama, uparama, titiksha, shraddha, samadhanam. Now obviously the students ask, what is shama? Shamaha kaha? Mano nigrahaha. Please note this. Adi Shankaracharya lists shama as the first one. Very, very difficult to control the mind. Mano nigrahaha. Controlling the mind. What is mind? Flow of thoughts. It is continuously getting some or the other thoughts. Some are planned, voluntary thoughts. Most of them are involuntary thoughts, which attack us. Not that we plan them. By themselves, they keep on coming to our mind. Is there a time when mind is still? We are trying for it. We chant Namasmarana for stilling our mind. Mind should become calm and still without thoughts. So slowly that happens, but he calls this as shama. That is the first in the list of internal wealth. Second one, damaha kaha. What is dama? Chakshuradi bahyendriya nigraha. He specifies, underlines bahya indriya, external organs. Chakshuhu adi. There are 5 jnanendriyas: eyes, ears, nose, tongue and skin. Through these jnanendriyas, world enters us. Entry gates. These are the 5 entry gates. If you are able to control, then you have Dhamma. That is the name. Certificate is Dhamma. You are a specialist in Dhamma. But these are external organs. Whereas mind is not visible to anyone, including our own selves. Is it visible to us? It is not visible to us also. So, external organs, that is the second in the list. Dhamma, Chakshuradi, Bahyendriya Nigraha. During COVID time, if at all there you see any building is taped, which means there is at least one patient who has got this COVID, we go away from that because we don't want to get infected. So we know how to withdraw ourselves from such situations. Now here also, we have to withdraw our external organs from situations which pose some danger to us. We should be able to first find out, okay, this is going to be a dangerous situation for me. Dangerous in the sense, for this particular field of spirituality, not danger in any other way. So if at all we feel, then we should withdraw ourselves. Somebody is gossiping. Then, is it good for me? Am I going to progress in this path if I either listen to it or participate in gossiping? Just keep analyzing. If it is not, if I feel that no, this is not going to make me progress, then withdraw. We need not participate in it. So such kind of Indriya Nigraha is called as Dama. Third one is Uparamaha Kaha. Swadharma Anushtanam Eva. Swadharma, one's own dharma. First we must understand what my dharma is. Dharma is different at different ages, different positions, different places. Position. As a daughter, as a daughter-in-law, as a wife, as a mother, as a teacher, as a husband, as father, it varies. Dharma varies. If you are a doctor, your dharma is different from the dharma of a teacher. So first and foremost, we must understand what my dharma is. Then anushtanam. Implement that. Just knowledge of that dharma is not sufficient. Implement it. Not only that, it is not specified here. We should not tread the path of adharma. That also is uparama. Even though Bhagavad Pada has not specified that, we must understand that. Wherever we come across some path which we feel that this is adharma, then again we have to withdraw ourselves, not to participate in it. If possible, try to give knowledge to the others also that this is adharma, don't do it. But then if they don't listen, anyway, we need not worry about it. We simply withdraw ourselves from such situations. This is uparama. Fourth one is titiksha. What is titiksha? Shitoshna sukha dukkhati sahishnutva. Patience. We need to have lot of patience. Shita, Ushna. These are all, we call them as dvandvas. Even in Bhagavad Gita we have seen this. Life is full of this only, dvandvas. Either Shita or Ushna, either Sukha or Dukkha, Mana, Apamana. Happens to the body, to the mind, to the intellect. Then we should be able to receive both the situations equally, equipoised way. Samatvam yoga muchyate, says Bhagavad Gita. We must be able to receive. It is difficult, but we must try. Many a time situations do not happen as per our will and wish. I worked this way thinking that this is going to be the result, but it is not so. If it is so, well and good. We are very happy about it. But if it doesn't happen like this, as I intended it to be, then we are totally down. That should not happen. So for that, karma yoga is important. Whatever actions we perform, think of him once and say that this is for you. I am offering it to you. Then when we receive the result, whatever the result is, whether it is expected or not expected or some shocking or maybe better than what we expected, whatever the result is, Ishvara Prasada Buddhi. This is the prasada that you want to give me. I will accept it with a beautiful smile. This is Ishvara Prasada Buddhi. When we have this, then titiksha is not a big problem at all. That's what our scriptures say. Next one is Shraddha Kidrishi. What is Shraddha? Guru Vedanta Vakyadishu Vishwasaha Shraddha. First and foremost, whomever we consider as Guru, we should have faith in that person. Every Tom, Dick and Harry cannot become Guru. Whomever we have accepted, we should have trust in that person. Then Guru Vakya, whatever the Guru says, we must be able to follow that. Vedanta Vakya. We do not understand Vedanta. We don't even know how to chant it. Forget about understanding it. But the Guru says that this is written so in Upanishad or Vedas. Even though we do not know, even though we do not understand, we are trusting that Guru and trusting Guru Vakyas, which are Vedanta Vakyas. We call this as Shraddha. When we experience something by ourselves, then Shraddha is not needed. When we don't know, then we need this Shraddha or Vishwasa. With Vishwasa, with the trust only we move forward. Then we think, okay, my Guru says so, it must be true. He or she must have experienced it, or even if they have not experienced it, he must have understood it. So with this trust, when we move forward, this kind of faith or Shraddha, we move forward, we go up like a rocket. That is why faith in the Guru, Guru Vakya and Vedanta Vakya is extremely important. The next one is Samadhana. What is Samadhana? In Telugu we use the word Samadhana, which means answer. For this question, what answer do you give? So we say Samadhana menti like this. It is not that Samadhana. And another word Samadhana is Abba, I am relieved. Samadhana. In Kannada also we use this. This is not that Samadhana also. It is Chitta Ekagrata. The ability to focus the mind on one thing. Anything for that matter. If you are able to focus your mind on one thing, then that is called as Samadhanam. That he gives at the end. When do we get this kind of Chitta Ekagrata? When we have Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka, through Viveka, Vairagya, then Shama, controlling the mind, Dhamma, controlling our external organs, Uparama, following all our duties, then having that patience, then Shraddha, only at the end we get this Chitta Ekagrata. That is why he is putting it in the last of the internal wealth list, which is very important for us, Chitta Ekagrata. When the mind is focused, then whatever happens there, any other sound or anything, nothing is entering here. We have this Chitta Ekagrata. When we watch some movie, especially in the theatre, you see, everything is dark, only the movie is visible, and we are so engrossed in it. Near me, there was a child sitting and the child started crying. I get so angry. Why should the child cry? Now take the child from here. Why? Because so much of focus is there on this. We don't want any other disturbance there. Can we apply the same here while chanting Ramnam? Not only physically chanting, not only mechanically chanting. Can we focus our mind on this particular Nama, whichever Nama that we chant or whatever work we do? When we focus it, the efficiency is very, very high. Either grasping, listening. When we are listening to somebody, mind is wandering here and there, then nothing enters. We may be able to repeat it mechanically, but nothing is actually entering here. Nothing stays there. Recollecting becomes very difficult because focus is less. When the focus is less, efficiency also becomes less or poor. So we must be able to increase that. At least even for a minute, if you are able to focus on one thing, then definitely we can pat ourselves. I am improving. And the last in the list is Mumukshutva. Mumukshutvam came. Moksho me bhuyat iti ichha. Me means to me. Let liberation happen to me. This kind of ichha. This is the desire. Desire for liberation. So we have 4 in the list, sadhana chatushtaya. First one is discrimination or viveka. Second one is dispassion or vairagya. Then the third one is discipline. 6 qualities over there needed for disciplining ourselves. And the last one is desire for moksha. The 4 Ds. Discrimination, dispassion, discipline, desire for moksha. If we have this, so he says, etat sadhana chatushtayam. These are the 4 things which we call as sadhana chatushtaya. Tataha tattva vivekasya adhikarino bhavanti. Tataha. Afterwards. After this, do you have these qualities? Are you a candidate? Even if we don't have these qualifications, we can try to gain those qualifications. If you want to take up this CA course or medical course or any of those courses for that matter, we have to write an entrance exam. So we have to prepare for that entrance exam. Here, fortunately, even if you fail in the exam, they don't say that don't study this. You continue, they say. But go for tutorials. Tuition classes you take up. Because qualification is not sufficient. That is why nothing enters here. When you are fully qualified, at least above 35 marks out of 100, then, yes, then we become tattva vivekasya adhikarina bhavanti. In the previous one, he said nitya nitya vastu vivekaha. Now he says tattva vivekasya adhikarina bhavanti. So immediately the student asks, what is tattva viveka? Atma satyam tadanyat sarvam mithya iti. There is only one Atma which is satyam. Apart from that, everything is mithya. Mithya is not just opposite of truth. Satya is truth. Mithya is not lie, but untruth. We must understand they are not the same. Truth is Atma. Mithya, untruth is Anatma. We have taken an example from Chandogya Upanishad. Uddalaka and Shvetaketu. They discuss, father and son. Uddalaka is father, Shvetaketu is the son. So Uddalaka explains to his son Shvetaketu, who was supposed to have completed his education, about Atma and Anatma with the example of gold and gold ornaments. Gold piece, there is a big gold piece. We can make so many different ornaments. Earrings, nose ring, chain, bangles, so many variety of ornaments we can make out of this one piece of gold. So gold piece is one, ornaments are many. Here we call this gold piece as karanam. That is cause. Effect is ornaments or karyam. We colloquially use the word karya for any action. In Upanishad, karya means product, effect. Whereas karana is this gold piece, we call this as, compare this with Atma. Atma is one. The product of this Atma, many are there. So many are there. Everything else is Anatma. 4 differences we have quoted, rather quoted in Chandogya Upanishad. One is Eka and Aneka, first difference. Second one is Sara and Asara. In these ornaments, there is only gold, but it is in different shape. For example, chain. Chain, name is given, chain. Name is there, shape and one form is given. It is round, it can be worn around the neck. I cannot wear a chain on my finger, which means it has its own function. I cannot wear a finger ring on my neck, nor can I wear my chain on finger, which means each ornament has got one name, one form, shape, and it has its own function. Ear studs, we cannot wear ear studs on our neck. It can be worn only on our ears, isn't it? So it has a function. Every ornament has a name, has a function, and this is Anatma. You take out gold from the ornament, what is left? Nothing is there. It is only made of gold. So, if you remove this gold from the ornament, ornament does not exist, which means gold is the essence of the ornaments. Any ornament, any gold ornament you take, gold is the essence. Ornament is not the essence, it is asara. So, gold is sara, ornaments are asara. Similarly, Atma is sara, Anatma is asara. This is the second difference. Now moving to the third difference, Nitya, Anitya. Now I have used this chain for many years. I feel that I want now a different design chain. So I go to the jeweler and tell him that you please take this chain and now prepare another chain of different design. With the same gold, I am not going to give extra gold because gold is very costly now. Gold should be the same. So the same gold, but the ornament which was in one fashion, one design, now changed to something else. That means it is not permanent. It is temporary. What about the gold? Gold which was existing in the previous chain continues to exist in another form now. So it is gold is Nitya, ornaments are Anitya. So Atma is Nitya, Anatma is Anitya. Whatever changes, that is Anitya. If there is a change, it is Anitya. If there is no change at all, eternally it is the same, then that is Atma. And the last one is Satya, Asatya. What is this Satya? It exists. Its existence is not dependent on anything. Then it is called as Satya. If its existence is dependent on something else, then such a thing is called as Anatma or Asatya. Ornament. If gold is there, ornament is there. If gold is not there, ornament is not there. So, existence of this ornament is dependent on the existence of gold. Whereas, gold can exist as it is. Whether the ornaments are there or not, gold can always continue to exist. So, gold is Satya and gold ornaments are Asatya. Similarly, Atma is Satya, Anatma is Asatya. World's existence dependent on the existence of this Atma. If Atma is there, world is there. If Atma is not there, world is not there. So, 4 differences from Chandogya Upanishad. Eka, Aneka, Sara, Asara, Nitya, Anitya, Satya, Asatya or Mithya. Now the student asks, Atma kaha? What is Atma? You are saying that there is one Atma, Atma only Satya, rest all Mithya. But what is Atma? Sthoola Sukshma Karana Shareerat Vyatiriktaha Panchakoshat Titaha San Avasthatraya Sakshi Satchidananda Swarupaha San Yahatishtati Sa Atma. So the Guru gives a lengthy answer. Sthoola Sukshma Karana Shareerat Vyatiriktaha. Now, there are 3 kinds of bodies in each one of us. We all have 3 bodies. For us, only the external body is visible. 2 more bodies are there. The outer, Sthula, inner, finer, Sukshma, even finer is Karana Shareera. So, these 3 Shareeras there for each one. Why do we have this? Or why does Vedanta talk about it? When we come to this modern science, people who have studied chemistry, we know that there is something called periodic table. All elements are listed in it. So the modern scientists say that the world is made up of this kind of elements. We know the minerals, calcium, iron, magnesium, potassium, sodium, all are needed for our body also. If we get tired, go to the doctor. The doctor says that, oh, check up your blood. Oh, hemoglobin is less. You take iron tablets. Iron is less in the body. So the modern science says that this world is made up of this kind of elements. Then to study these elements, they say that it is divided into molecules. To study the molecules, they say that it is atoms. Again, they divide the atoms into proton, neutron, electron, etc. Behind this, what is there? Modern science is still doing the research. Whereas our Vedanta, our Sanatana Dharma has already declared what is behind all this. It says there is only one. That is Satya, always existing. Its existence does not depend on the existence of anything else. That is called as Atma by our scriptures. Now, this kind of truth and untruth, what we have seen, Satya and Asatya, they are all mixed up together. It is not that in one place we get only Satya, in another place we find only Asatya. Then we would have made a big queue to see what is Satya, what is Asatya. But it is not so. It is a mixture. Everything is a mixture of Satya and Asatya. Atma and Anatma. That is why our aim is to now discriminate what is Satya. Where do I find this? How do I find this? That is our aim right now. To understand what is Satya, what is Atma, what is Anatma. Just like how the modern scientists have divided, going deeper and deeper, either from elements, molecules, atoms, etc. We are also, our Sanatana Dharma is also making this kind of divisions. To understand anything deeply, we need to divide. Take the examples of this medical field. Each and every organ, such a small organ, eye or nose, such a small organ, but we need specialization in it. There are specialists, eye specialists, dentists, ENT specialists, cardiologists or heart specialists. Heart, such a small organ, we need specialization in it because deep study has to be done on this particular organ. Then imagine what kind of study is needed to understand this Atma Anatma. That is why our scriptures have divided this in different ways, through different perspectives. Now, Sthoola, Sukshma, Karana, Shareera, there are three. This is based on the raw materials of these three kinds of Shareeras. What are they made up of? Based on that, based on the raw materials, there are three kinds of division. Sthoola, Sukshma, Karana, Shareera. He says, Guru says, it is Vyatirikta, it is not this. There are three kinds of bodies, but it is separate from this. Not somewhere else. It is there only, but it is not that. It is something separate. Then Panchakoshatitaha San, another kind of division now. Based on our physical level, emotional level, intellectual level. One person may be very intelligent, extremely intelligent, but IQ is very high, but emotionally always gets angry, short-tempered, shouts at everybody. EQ is less, IQ is high, EQ is less. That means there are different layers of personality. Our own personality has got different layers. Such layers now, 5 of them are there. So he says, Panchakoshatitaha. It is not these Panchakoshas, not the 5 layers. It is beyond that Sun. Sun means being or existing. Then Avasthatraya Sakshi. There are 3 kinds of Avasthas. Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. That is being awake and dreaming state and deep sleep state. These are the 3 states. So he says it is a Sakshi for these 3 states of our consciousness. When you are awake, you are interacting with the external world. Time, space, everything is different. When you are sleeping and dreaming, not a deep sleep, but dreaming, this is another kind of state. You are interacting with the internal world. my internal world is completely different from your internal world. External world may be same, but internal world is completely different. Two people sleeping nearby will have different kinds of dreams. Do they have same dreams? No, they have different kinds of dreams because internal worlds are different for different people. That is only the internal world, and we are dreaming. In my dream, I slept for 10 minutes only. In that 5 minutes sleep or 10 minutes sleep, I went to my school, I went to college, I got married, I got children, I got grandchildren also in my dream. And suddenly, I dreamt that I lost all my teeth. Oh, I got up. I lost all my teeth. What to do now? Abba, what a relief. I am only dreaming. What all happened? In the 10 minutes sleep, I went to school, I went to college, I got married, children, grandchildren, etc. Isn't it? So the time scale is completely different in our dreams. Space is different, time is different. But how do I know that I dreamt? Sometimes we remember the dream, sometimes we don't remember. But there is a witness, Sakshi. That is this Atma. Then Avasthatraya, third one is deep sleep. In the deep sleep, we don't know anything. After we get up, we say, Abba, what kind of sleep I had? I did not know anything. When we get up, we have to question, where am I? Who am I? What was I doing? Isn't it? For that Sakshi. How do we know that? I did not know anything. That we know now. I slept well. I did not know anything. That knowledge is there. And once we get up from the deep sleep, all our sukha dukkha baggage once again is ready for us to carry. In the deep sleep, nothing was there. Neither sukha nor dukkha. All our problems were forgotten. But there is a Sakshi. So he says, it is not this also. It is only Sakshi. It is not these three states. So he lists 11 items now. Sthoola Sukshma Karana Shareera, 3. Panchakosha, 5 layers. And 3 states. 3 plus 5 plus 3, altogether 11 elements. He quotes here, lists here and says, it is not this. These are Anatma. Then what is Atma? He says, Satchidananda Swarupaha. Sat Chit Ananda Swarupaha. That is Yaha Tishtati Sa Atma. What is Satchidananda? Don't worry. There is a student over there to ask such questions. Like how we get doubts, he also gets doubts. He asks. Now, from the 11 elements list, the student asks about the first one, Sthoola Shareera. Sthoola Shareeram Kim? What is the gross body? What is Sthoola Shareera? Panchikrita Panchamaha Bhutaihi Kritam Satkarma Janyam Sukha Dukkhadi Bhogayatanam Shareeram Asti Jayate Vardhate Viparinamate Apakshiyate Vinashyati Iti Shadvikarat Evatat Shadvikaravat Etat Sthoola Shareeram. Once again, a lengthy answer is there. Let us see what the answer is. Panchikrita Panchamaha Bhutaihi Kritam. So what is the raw material for the gross body is the question. It is made out of Pancha Mahabhuta, which are undergoing a process called Panchikarana. What is Panchikarana? We will see later, because he is going to explain later at the topic of creation of this universe. That time he explains what is Panchikarana. So let us understand that there is a process. Mahabhutaihi, Pancha Mahabhutaihi. There are 5 Mahabhutas, 5 elements. We know them. Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Jala, and last one is Prithvi. These are the Pancha Mahabhutas. So Panchikarana of this Pancha Mahabhutas are done. A process. From that, Sthoola Shareera is born or made. Now, coming to the first one, Pancha Mahabhuta, Akasha. We need this space. There is space inside the stomach. And we as body, we need space. Fatter the body, larger the requirement of the space. So space is needed. Vayu, air. All of us know air is needed. We breathe oxygen, we breathe air. The moment we stop breathing, end of this chapter. So we need air. Agni, fire. In the form of temperature in the body, warmth in the body. We know that there is a certain level of temperature to be maintained by the body. If it goes beyond that, fever. If it comes lesser than that, very cold, we are dead bodies. Anybody who has touched the dead body knows it is very cold because there is no warmth, there is no Agni Tattva in that. Next one is Jala Tattva, water. We need a lot of water in the body. All of us know that. Nowadays doctors say that drink 2 liters to 4 liters of water, etc. We need water. And the body needs water. The gross body needs water. Then Prithvi. Whatever we see here, it is all Prithvi. It's made of earth. When we are born, maybe 2.5 kgs, 3 kgs. And then later, drank mother's milk. Then the food. Food comes from the earth. Nothing but earth only. So this body is made up of Panchamahabhutas. That is Sthoola Shareera. Then, if including plants, animals, everything is coming from these Panchamahabhutas only, nothing else is there. If every body is made up of these Panchamahabhutas, then why the difference? Some are plants, some are animals, some are human beings. In human beings, males, females, amongst ladies or gents. Once again, there are some handsome people, there are not very handsome, there are thin, fat, tall, short, some are very healthy, some are born with diseases. Why the difference? So he immediately says, Sat Karma Janyam. It is born out of Sat Karma. Why doesn't he say only karma? He stresses on this Sat Karma because human beings, human birth, we have got this human birth, that itself is because of the Sat Karma. We don't know the value of this body, human birth that we are blessed with. So he says, use this properly so that you get better and better births. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that if you do papa karmas, you will go into the Nicha yonis. So, try to do as much punya karma as possible. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna advises Arjuna. For us, papa karma means maybe telling lies or killing somebody or something like this. We say it is papa. We must understand, every fraction of a second we must be very, very alert. If you waste a single drop of water, papa, we are carrying that. Every action has got a result and phala is there, which gets attached over here. We are storing this karma phalas in our bags. We are carrying a big bag, a huge bag. Or we call this as vasana or samskaras. What are we storing? Every action that we perform, we are storing. Punya karma, punya. Papa karma, papa is being stored here. This bag has to become zero for us to have this liberation. Attain liberation, bag should become zero. How is it possible? Then does it mean that we should not do punya karmas? Doubt arises. Because punya also should not be there means we should not do punya karmas. We should keep on doing punya karmas. We should go beyond that. Beautifully, Bhagavan has explained in Bhagavad Gita about karma yoga. Before performing any action, think of him. Krishna, this is for you. I am offering it to you. Samarpana manobhava. Whenever we perform any action with this kind of attitude, then phala is not attached to us. Phala is attached to Krishna. Because I have offered him. So let him take whatever Punya, Papa, everything, let it go to him, not to me. This is how we can reduce our baggage. So as we keep on increasing the baggage, more and more births. That is why Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam never ending. This is what we are doing. So before performing any silly action, try to remember him. That is why we say Namasmarana. Chant, keep chanting. Just Nama is not sufficient. Along with that, Smarana of him should come, at least for a fraction of a second. Any kind of silly activities, silly actions that we perform, doesn't matter. Think of him. That is why, to the extent possible, keep chanting, keep remembering him. Then, Sat Karma Janyam. That is the difference. Once somebody questioned Kanchi Paramacharya, is there Punarjanma? Our scriptures talk about it, but I doubt. Then Paramacharya said, you go to this particular hospital and observe. There are so many children are being born there. Just observe that. In the same hospital, at the same time, there may be some 3-4 children born. Same time, same place. But later you observe their lives. Are they all same? If it is only the same place and time matter, then all should be having a similar kind of life. But you observe that one is healthy, one is not healthy, one is rich, one is poor, one is being abused as a child, one studies very well, another is not at all intelligent. So what is the difference then? So he explains that it is the vasanas that each one carries from the previous birth. That is why Sat Karma Janyam. So it is made, our gross body is made up of, the raw material is Panchamahabhutas, and it has the effect from the previous birth. Whatever bag that we are carrying, based on that, the kind of body that we get, then Sukha Dukkhadi Bhoga Ayatanam Shareeram. Sukha, Dukkha, Adi. Adi means mixture. Sukha, Dukkha, then mixture of Sukha and Dukkha. This kind of bhoga or experiences, Ayatanam. Place. We need something to experience or to interact with the world. We need a place. For that, this Shareeram is needed. We do 3 things in this world. First one, we learn. Second, we do. Third one, we experience. These are all the 3 things that we do. Learning, we call this as a learner is pramata. And doing, karta. Experiencing, bhokta. Experiencer is bhokta. Pramata, karta, bhokta. Learner, doer, experiencer. Now, a person who gets transferred often, assume that this person is getting transferred from Bangalore to Hyderabad. Before joining his office over there, that person is given 1 week's time. Purpose? He has to go there and see one house. He has to stay somewhere. Then only he can start his office work. Isn't it? So he goes to that place and searches for a house for rent, fixes one house, then comes back here and then takes all his luggage or family, etc. to that rented house. He stays there till that job in that place is done and the office transfers him to another place. Once again, he repeats the same procedure. From there, he goes to the new place, rents another house, then takes all the luggage over there. Same concept is applied here also. Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Janani, Jathare Shayanam. This body is a rented house, or you can think of it an office. We need to interact with the world. To interact with the world, we need this body. Atma by itself cannot interact. Just like how electricity is there. If simply electricity is there without any gadgets, we won't even know that electricity is existing. It is of no use at all. But when that same electricity passes through fan, light, fridge, AC, so many different kinds of gadgets, the gadgets start working. Gadget without electricity is of no use. Electricity without gadget is also of no use. Similarly, this Atma comes in different forms. And here, too, that Atma has to interact with the world. Where will it stay? It stays in this rented house called the body. This Sthoola Shareera is like an office or like a rented house. How long does it stay there? Till its work is done. Once its work is done, it moves from here to another place, another body. It takes another body. What takes another body? That Atma, with all this bag and baggage, we call this as Sukshma Shareera. That we will see. Explanation of Sukshma Shareera will come in the next session. This Sthoola Shareera is left here and only the Sukshma Shareera moves away from the body and then fixes up another body. How does it fix up? Based on the baggage. Based on the baggage, that Sukshma Shareera decides which is my parent, who is my father, who is my mother. Then goes and settles in the womb of that mother over there. Only the Sukshma Shareera, not the Sthoola Shareera. So Sthoola Shareera is like a rented house which is needed for this Atma to interact with other world. It is not to be neglected. At the same time, not too much of importance, attachment to be given to this physical body because it will be dropped. Someday or the other we have to drop this. It is not permanent. It is only for a few years. So he says, Sukha Dukkha Adi. Adi is mixture. Bhoga Ayatanam Shareeram. Ayatana is a residence or a place to stay, place to experience. Sukha, Dukkha, all these, you have to experience them. To experience, this body is there. Atma resides in this body, Shareera, Sthoola Shareera, to experience Sukha, Dukkha, etc. This kind of bhogas. Then he says, Asti Jayate, Vardhate, Viparinamate, Apakshiyate, Vinashyati iti Shat Vikaras. 6 changes. What are they? Asti. Asti means exists. Exists in not a visible form. It is existing in a form which is not visible. Then Jayate. Jayate is Janma, birth. Here we take an example of human birth. So that fetus, the seed from the father, is put in the womb of the mother and a fetus is born that keeps on growing there also. Within the womb also it grows. Then after 9 months, it takes its birth or automatically or naturally it comes out of the mother's body. That is Jayate, birth. Next one is Vardhate, it grows. The child grows. We know how long does it grow? How long does the child grow? Does it keep on growing? No, maybe up to 20 years or 22 years or so. After that, growth is not there. We grow horizontally, that is different. But growth of any organ does not take place. It takes place only up to a certain age. That is Vardhate. Then Viparinamate. Beyond that, beyond 22 or 25 and up to 45 or 50, there is neither growth nor decay. It simply keeps changing. It is not growing anymore. It has not started decaying also. So that is viparinamate, metamorphosis. Then apakshiyate, now starts kshina, starts decaying. Beyond 50, how do we know it is becoming kshina? Till now, for all the satsangas, I used to sit happily down. Once I cross 50, then it is difficult to get up. Sitting, first I check whether there are any chairs to sit down. Can I sit on the chair? If no chairs are there, Abba, I have to sit down. Okay, doesn't matter what to do, I have to listen to satsanga, so I sit down. With great difficulty, I sat down. Now getting up is a big project. I need the help of so many people around. Now I realize, Jyoti, you have become old. All the organs are decaying. Even though the mind doesn't accept, the body says, I am here, I am here, I am here. Take care of me, isn't it? All of us experience this who have crossed 50. So this is apakshiyate. Then vinashyati. One fine day, it has to be destroyed. Shatvikaravat etat Sthoola Shareeram. These are the 6 transformations or changes. We must remember, this is anatma. This is anitya. Whenever there is a change, immediately we must understand this is not atma. This is anatma. Because 11 elements he has listed. Out of them, the first one is Sthoola Shareera, which is a visible body. My body is visible to me, as well as all the other bodies are visible to me. To my eyes, they are all visible because it's gross body. Made up of Panchikrita Panchamahabhutas. Then Satkarmajanyam. That we have to underline there. Not only the Mahabhutas, there is effect of whatever is done in the previous birth or just the past. In the same Janma, past, what we have done, whatever we have done. That effect is there on us. Then, it is a rented house, which is needed to experience Sukha, Dukkha, etc. Pramata, Karta, Bhokta. In the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna beautifully explains about this. When you get transferred, how you take your luggages from one place to another place. While packing, kitchen items in one box, and on top of that we write kitchen items. Then bedroom items, bathroom items, different boxes, so that it is easy for us to unpack in the another house. We have packed everything here while leaving this body. Sukshma Shareera separating from the Sthoola Shareera is called death. Sukshma Shareera separates from the Sthoola Shareera. This is given the name death, Marana, Mrityu. Now Sukshma Shareera travels, takes another yoni, another womb, and Sukshma Shareera gets another new Sthoola Shareera. This is called as birth. Term that is given is Janma or birth. What exactly is happening? Sukshma Shareera gets a new physical body or Sthoola Shareera. This is called as birth. So when we are born there, all that we have packed here will be slowly unpacked there. A newborn child opens the eyes only for a few hours in a day, otherwise continuously sleeping. And they say that only it can understand the mother's touch. The child does not know anything else. Hearing also is very, very less initially. But slowly, as 1 month passes or 2 months, then the child starts smiling, recognizing the parents, etc. That means all these organs have slowly started functioning. Not that they were not functioning earlier, but the capacity of that organ increases slowly. Just like how we unpack our things. The moment we shift to another house, can we unpack all the boxes? Little by little we unpack, and then slowly everything is set. This is exactly what is happening. when we drop this body and take a new body. We go to that body and start our business. Our interaction with the world starts once again with that new birth. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jathare shayanam. So this is the first anatma in the list of 11 elements that Shankaracharya is talking about, describing what is Sthoola Shareera. How much of attachment we have for this body, which we have to drop, whether we like it or not, we have to drop this body. And not only to our bodies. What about our relatives, friends? We have so much of attachment to those bodies also. If at all I have so much of attachment to the body, when a person whom I love dies, shall I keep the body with me? Because I love this person, I love this body, shall I keep it? Are we ready for it? We are so scared. Once they say that, declared that it's dead, then we want that dead body to be burnt or taken away as early as possible. How much ever we love the person, we don't want the dead body of that person. So many are scared also. We get in dreams also. Once we see a dead body, then we get some dreams or nightmares. So Shankaracharya warns us here not to get attached to the body. Either to your body or to the other's body. Don't get attached. It has to be dropped someday or the other. At the same time, take care of the body, because that is the vehicle through which you can go forward in this path, without which we cannot move forward. We need the body, especially human body. Only when we have taken human birth, we can get some interest in learning Tattvabodha. Animals are not interested in this. Only humans. That too, only blessed humans. Unless we have blessings of this Paramatma, we will not be interested in learning this Tattvabodha. We may be interested in singing some bhajans and stotras, but not in gaining the knowledge through Tattvabodha. So all of us are definitely 100% we are all blessed by Paramatma. That is why we are learning this Tattvabodha. So let us march forward in this path by chanting Namasmarana, not only the mechanical chanting. Smarana should be there. Every chant, we must be able to remember him. Shall we try? Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. 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 Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu.